Are you ready to build a babysitting business? Here's the ugly truth. Stay tuned. Hey sitters, welcome back to another video. It is Lydia. Thanks for joining me. And in today's video, we're going to talk about the nitty-gritty of building a babysitting business. I've been at it for 5 years now, and when I graduated high school, I had no idea what I was going to do. A lot of my friends had paths that they were going to take, and they were getting accepted to these big schools, and I didn't know what I wanted to do. I started panicking, and it's very scary because there's a lot of pressure on you in high school to kind of make a decision. But I had known my older sister went to college for a business degree, and she was taking business classes. And my family is a very business-oriented group. My mom owns her own business. My dad's very high up in the business that he works in, and my older sister is now running her own business as well. But with a business degree, it was very neutral, and you could take that and use that degree in pretty much most every industry. However, when talking with my parents and going through what I wanted to do with my life and what my long-term goals were, and kind of going over my hobbies and what I enjoyed doing, I really enjoyed babysitting. And at that time, it had been 8 years that I've been babysitting. I was babysitting almost every night of the week. I was really busy, and I was turning down clients left and right because I was already working. So discussing it with my parents, we wrote down literally everything that I could do when working with kids, every avenue I could take. I knew I wanted to work with kids in some aspect, but I knew I did not want to become a teacher. And looking and reflecting on what I had in front of me, that so many clients and being so busy, we kind of realized that there was a business there that was sitting on gold and basically could turn that into a business. So I kind of worked at it step by step to turn this into a business, and now here I am still working at it 5 years later and growing every day. So it's not easy, but it is worth it, and it is something that can be done. If this is a path or a route you want to take, you're going to have to understand if there is a need first. You're going to have to understand the industry and do some research. Is there a need in your neighborhood, in your area, or where you're trying to build this business? Who is your target market? What do they look like? What do they not like physically look like, but what do they look like as in where do they spend their money? How often are they going to need a sitter? What age group are there? Who is your ideal target market? Who is your ideal customer? How much are they willing to pay? The competition in the area, is there competition in the area? How long has your competition been at it? How big of a community have they already reached out to? You're going to really have to figure out that nitty-gritty industry, what is going on in your area. The second thing you're going to need to do is find your reason for doing it, right? When things get hard, when I want to throw the towel in, when I want to quit everything and just be done and move on to something that's an easier job, I always go back to, why am I doing this? What is my reason for building this babysitting business? And I can tell you my reason. When I was babysitting, I really, really, really bonded with my clients. I really bonded with their families. I loved their kids like they were my own. And when I started to realize I couldn't babysit for everybody, I feared that whoever they hired outside of me were not going to treat the kids as I treat the kids. They weren't going to treat the kids up to my standards or up to the family standard. I was worried about the kids in care of anybody but me. And going through that, I realized that if I have a team, if I build a team and I make sure that they're up to my standards, they're qualified, that then I don't have to worry so much because I know who is working with the kids that I truly love and care for. So that is my big reasoning. And I have so many clients now that I'm just involved with, and I have grown with them. They've grown with me and my company. They've been there from the start, that I could not imagine walking away from them and having them to try and figure out care for themselves, like child care for themselves. So that was my big reasoning. I look back at that every time I decide that, or I start to think like, this is it, I'm done, I don't want to do this anymore. So that was my reasoning. The third thing, dedication. Do you have the dedication? Are you ready to lose all your money? Because it's not pennies to make a business. It costs time and money. Dedication, are you willing to, so there's a big misconception that when you become a business owner, you don't have to work the 9-to-5 job. You're right, you have to work 24/7. So I traded my 9-to-5 job in for a 24/7 job. I work all the time. I work in the business, I work on the business, I am texting clients all the time. I'm managing my team, I'm managing my clients, I'm working with the developers, business coaches, and business mentors. And then I have my personal life, and I'm trying to get back to everybody there. So there's a lot going on, and I'm working and sending emails, and I'm on meetings. And so the days are long. They're not 9-to-5 anymore. They're very long days. So dedication. Do you have the time, the effort, the money to do this? The next thing is going to be skills. Do you have the skills to build a business? Of course you have the skills to babysit. You're doing it already. And the most babysitters are skilled enough to babysit. But are you skilled enough to run a business? And what skills am I talking about? There's so many things. Managing a team. Can you manage a team? Do you know how to keep and retain employees? Do you know how to manage clients and keep and retain clients? How to build a client list? How to market to clients correctly? Figure out what their need is and make sure that you're fulfilling that need. Are you able to work with finances and understand payroll and taxes, and making sure that you're understanding the difference between your finances personally and the business finances, and making sure that they don't cross? If you are going to be a sole proprietorship, are you going to be an LLC, are you going to be a corporation? All of those things that you need to figure out and have the skill to understand and do correctly is not easy. So making sure that you have the skill, and if you don't, learn it, build up to it. I'm so excited for you if this is the route you're going to take. It truly is worth it. All the time that I've dedicated, the money, the effort, all the sleepless nights, every bump in the road is really worth it. To get started, I highly suggest that you write down everything that you are thinking you're going to want to do. Even if it's silly, even if it seems so out of reach, so big, whatever, I want you to write it all down. I still, in my notes, have a notebook that has my future thoughts, right? Everything that I really want to accomplish still, everything that was in my mind when this was just a baby thought that I want to accomplish. So whatever it may be, names, what services you're going to offer, what you want this business to look like in the end. Then I suggest you go look for a business coach or a business mentor that can point you in the right direction when you do get stuck. I think I have definitely avoided some bumps in the road to where I'm going because of these business coaches and mentors that I've talked to. It's so nice to have somebody to bounce ideas off of, and lucky for me that one of my business coaches or mentors were also one of my clients. So she was very helpful. She is very helpful. I still talk to her often about what it is she's looking for as a parent, but also what would that look like in the business sense. So I got very lucky, and I suggest that you guys find somebody along those same lines. Above all else, don't think small. I have really thoroughly enjoyed going back to that futures list that I made when I had started the business and really thought about the idea. And I've been able to cross things off that list that I never thought I was going to be able to get to, or that I didn't think I was going to be able to get to this early in the business. So don't think small. It may take small steps to get there. However, don't think small. Thank you guys so much for watching. I truly appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next video.